I have here as a special guest today Dr. David Young. He is an OBGYN at the Central Utah Clinic Women's Center. David, thank you so much for joining us.
You bet.
Thank you. So we're talking this month about women's issues. And I'm almost 40, and I was reading an article that said that 40 is the age when illness just really starts to become an issue for people. Why is that?
Well, I think as we age, everything seems to not quite work quite as well as it did before.
Yes.
We feel that when we go out and exercise, we see it in all aspects of our life. We get busier with our kids. We're less likely to take better care of ourselves as we're attending to everything else in life.
Right.
In addition with that, especially for women, as they age, their ovaries tend to stop producing as much estrogen. Estrogen is protective for women, and all of the hormones in our bodies are kind of interrelated. So as one hormone has an issue, other hormones in our body can also have issues and be affected negatively. And so as a woman ages and as her ovaries stop producing as much estrogen, as estrogen levels start to decrease, this can affect their cardiovascular health. It can affect the way that they feel. They may have symptoms of hot flashes and night sweats and mood swings and vaginal dryness, and may feel more irritable and things like that. The average age of menopause in the United States is about 50 or 51. But for most women, it's a very gradual change. And when you get in your 40s, especially in your mid and later 40s, is when we start to see more and more of these changes. As this happens, a woman's more likely to experience some of those symptoms.
Okay, that's really interesting to know, because sometimes I feel like I'm going through menopause already, and I actually have a couple of friends not much older than me who are starting to go through menopause. So it's something that is really on my mind. So kind of knowing what some of those symptoms are is really helpful to me. Is there anything I can do to stave off menopause or to stave off some of the illnesses that are associated with advancing age?
Well, I think the best thing to do is to work on preventative health. And so to go in for yearly checkups, to begin getting mammograms when a woman turns 40, or even younger if you have a younger relative that's had breast cancer. Having your cholesterol checked once in a while. I think if you're 40 and it's been 5 years since you've had your cholesterol checked, you should probably have it checked again. Okay. Cholesterol and diabetes and high blood pressure are all things that can predispose women to cardiovascular disease, and this can lead to heart attacks and strokes and blood clots and things like that.
Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so as a recap, menopause can happen anytime, but typically age 50 to 52-ish is when it starts.
Yes.
And then the best thing we can do is just to really try to take care of ourselves, to exercise, to eat right, to sleep well, to anything else.
Consider supplements. You know, I think when we have our modern day fast-paced life, we don't eat as well, we don't eat as healthy, we eat out a lot. And so supplementing with good vitamins and minerals I think is very important. And then just taking care of things before they become a big problem. So if you have something that you're concerned about, have it evaluated and not ignore it.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Young. It's been a pleasure to talk with you.
You bet. Thanks.